So phase control rectifier. So the term indicates as a PCR is nothing but of a phase control rectifier. It is also one of the rectifier. It converts AC to DC foundation. So we have different types of rectifiers also, like similarly half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier is also there. So the rectifier consists of pure AC to fluctuating DC. It is not a pure DC. For example, if you are taking as a diode or a silicon controlled rectifier like a thyristor, so where the diodes differ no control over the output voltage. So but the thyristor can differ the output voltage by adjusting the firing angle. So the difference between the diode and the thyristor is a diode having two terminals, a positive and a negative. And similarly, the thyristor is nothing but of a anode, cathode and as well as of a gate. So the difference between the diode and the thyristor is a gate signal. The another name of thyristor, we can call it as a silicon controlled rectifier. Then what is the major difference between the diode and the thyristor is, in the diode we cannot control the voltage, output voltage, but in the thyristor we can control the output voltage. How we can control the output voltage is nothing but by varying the firing angle or delay angle. So by adjusting the angle we can control the output voltage. So when the thyristor can be, or when the phase control thyristor can be activated is nothing but when you are applying the short pulse to its gate signal and it is deactivated, like due to line commutation or natural commutation. So commutation is nothing but to turn on the thyristor. So when you turn on the thyristor to the short pulse to the gate signal, then automatically it should be deactivated. So when you are taking as a heavy loads or deactivated the firing, so another circuit of a negative half cycle also. Then what are the types of phase control rectifiers? The phase control rectifiers are of two types of input supply, and it includes as a semi, full and dual converter. So this diagram represents as a types of rectifiers. The rectifiers is dividing into two types. One is a single phase rectifier and the second one is a three phase rectifier. Based on the supply, the rectifier is dividing into two types, single phase and as well as of a three phase rectifier. And again the single phase rectifier is dividing into a three types. When you observe the diagram, you will get an idea like uncontrolled rectifier, half controlled rectifier and as well as a full controlled rectifier. Again the uncontrolled rectifier is dividing into half wave and as well as a full wave. Again full wave is dividing into split supply and a bridge connection. The split supply is nothing but of a midpoint connection. Similarly, so the single phase rectifier, the dividing parts like uncontrolled, half controlled, full controlled. So like that only we have as a three phase rectifier is also. Again the three phase rectifier is dividing into three types: uncontrolled rectifier, half controlled rectifier, fully controlled rectifier. The uncontrolled rectifier is dividing into two types: half wave and full bridge, and full wave is also dividing into a half wave and full bridge. So the major difference between the half wave and the full controlled rectifier is, so in the half wave rectifier we are controlling only one thyristor which should be turned on and which should be turned off depending upon the supply. So similarly the full controlled rectifier is dividing into two types. One is the midpoint connection and second one is the bridge connection. So the midpoint connection we will use two diodes and the bridge connection will use four diodes for single phase supply. When you have to take the full wave midpoint connection, like it is a center tapped connection, we'll take two thyristors. In between two thyristors we'll take the load, means half of the load thyristor is connected to supply and second half of that thyristor is also connected to the supply. So coming to a bridge connection, we'll use four thyristors like T1, T2, T3, T4 thyristors. The anti-parallel thyristor should be turn on condition when we are applying the supply. Means when we are applying the voltage, T1, T2 should be on and T3, T4 should be off. So the major difference for single phase half and single phase full is, in half we will only use one thyristor. That thyristor we have to control. And the full wave, so if you take two thyristor, one thyristor is on and the remaining thyristor should be off. When you take bridge, four thyristors, two thyristor is on and two thyristor is off. Similarly, when we take as a three phase rectifier like bridge connection, for example, if you took the bridge connection, so three phase supply will use six thyristors. Means at a time 3 thyristors should be turn on and the remaining 3 thyristors should be turn off condition. So which thyristor should be turned on? Obviously when you are applying positive voltage to the anode or negative voltage to the cathode. Positive positive, negative negative, forward biased condition. Positive negative, negative positive, reversed biased condition. Before going to thyristor should be turn on condition, the first thing is when thyristor should be a forward biased condition. How the thyristor should be forward biased condition? The positive voltage is applied to the anode or negative voltage is applied to the cathode. Automatically the thyristor should be forward biased condition. When it should be turned on? When you are applying gate voltage, gate pulse or firing angle. When you are applying the gate pulse or firing angle to the particular thyristor, then only the thyristor should be turned on condition. This is the condition. And the next one is a single phase controlled rectifiers. It works on the principle of AC single phase power supply. We know that means that is a 230 voltage. So we have a two types of rectifiers, half wave and as well as a full wave rectifier, which what we discussed now itself. So the thyristor provides a half input supply and it allows low DC output. Similarly, full wave rectifier, we have a center tapped transformer requires two thyristors, and full wave control rectifiers do not need a center tapped transformer because bridge connection having no center tap. We use 4 thyristors. That is a single phase. And coming to a 3-phase supply, the same principle we are applying here, single phase AC power supply. And here we have a semi converter, full converter and dual converter. Then what is the difference between 3 converters is the semi converter is a 1 quadrant converter that has one polarity of output voltage and current. From the power electronics, from the electronics part, what we are controlling, output voltage should be controlling or output current should be controlling. So here we will use the high power, high modifications, high moderations we have to use. Like in a full converter, it is a 2 quadrant converter, like output voltage can either be positive or negative, but current can only have one polarity, either positive or negative. There it should be full converter is nothing but of either positive or negative, but it should be either positive or negative connection. And the dual converter works on the principle of a 4 quadrant. So both should be having the polarities. Both input and output current can have both the polarities. This is the phase controlled rectifier. And what are the types of rectifiers? Single phase rectifier and a 3-phase rectifier. Then what is the operation of phase control rectifier? PCR is nothing but of a phase control rectifier. Phase is nothing but of supply. Controlled rectifier is nothing but of we are controlling thyristor. How to control the thyristor? So when you observe this diagram, the diagram represents as a single phase half wave rectifier circuit. When you observe the diagram representation is nothing but of what type of load we are considering here? R load we are considering. We have a different types of loads like R load, RL load, RLE load, with a freewheeling diode, without freewheeling diode. We have so many loads we have. But this diagram represents as a R load. What is the basic principle of phase control rectifier? It explains the single phase PCR circuit with the RL load resistive shown in the circuit of positive and negative. The thyristor converts AC to DC of power conversion because it acts as a rectifier. AC voltage of the thyristor converts based on the DC output voltage. VP is the primary voltage and VS is the secondary voltage. The thyristor T1 should be turn on condition when you are applying the positive voltage. The thyristor should be turn on is nothing but of it acts as a short circuit condition. When it acts as a short circuit condition, the thyristor voltage is equal to 0. When the voltage is short circuited, because the internal resistance or that is equal to 0. So what I am telling is, here we have a 2 cases from the circuit diagram. The case 1 represents as a thyristor is a turn on condition. The case 2 represents as a thyristor 1 is in the turn off condition. What is a turn on condition? What is a turn off condition? When it should be turned on. So when you observe this diagram, positive voltage is applied to the thyristor T1. It is short circuited. It is a forward biased. The first thing is forward biased. How we can say it is a forward biased? The plus is applied to the anode. It acts as a forward biased condition. When you are applying the gate pulse, the thyristor should be in the turn on condition, means thyristor voltage is equal to 0. Then what is the load voltage? That is equal to source voltage. Because the current flows from Vs to thyristor, thyristor to R to minus Vs. That is the case 1. What is the case 2? The thyristor should be turn off condition. How the thyristor should be turn off condition? When it is a reversed bias, then thyristor should be turn off condition. Then what we have to do here? Change the polarity. The negative voltage is applied to the thyristor T1 anode. Minus is applied to the anode. Anode is nothing but a positive. When you are applying minus to the positive, then automatically the thyristor T1 should be a reversed biased. When the T1 is a reversed bias, the thyristor should be turn off condition. When the thyristor is a turn off condition, it acts as an open circuited. Means there is no current flow in the circuit. When thyristor is an open circuit condition, what is the thyristor voltage? Source voltage, because up to that the voltage is applied. After that there is no source voltage applying to R load because the thyristor is an open circuit condition. Then what is the output voltage? 0. The case 1 is when positive voltage is applied to the thyristor T1, T1 is in on state, then Vt1 is equal to 0, V0 is equal to Vs. Case 2. When thyristor T2 is in off condition, Vt1 is equal to Vs, V0 is equal to 0. That is the condition. Here omega t is nothing but of a alpha, alpha is nothing but of a firing angle. So when you observe this diagram, let me know the thyristor we are considering. So here when you observe the waveforms, we have a 3 waveforms here. The first waveform represent as a supply, means sinusoidal positive half cycle and negative half cycle. The second diagram represents as a thyristor voltage. I already told you thyristor voltage is positive half cycle of state. When you observe this diagram, in the sinusoidal waveform, the first one is 0 because of short circuit. See the negative waveform, see the negative half cycle is there because in the negative half cycle, thyristor is off, then Vt is equal to Vs. That is the condition. When you observe the third diagram, what is the third diagram? V0 diagram. So what is the output voltage? In the positive half cycle, thyristor on, in the negative half cycle, thyristor off. So alpha is there, firing angle. It does not start with the origin. Not at all issue. We can start from the origin also. Means we are considering alpha is equal to 0. When alpha is equal to 30, it starts from the 30. When alpha is equal to 60, it starts from the 60. Means the triggering will be done when you have to consider the firing angle. Means when you are applying voltage to the thyristor, thyristor forward biased. When you are applying the gate signal, then only the thyristor should be turn on condition. The gate signal, we can call it as a firing angle. For example, if I am taking alpha is equal to 60, 0 to 60 off position, 60 to pi by 2 should be turn on condition. Means in the positive half cycle, the thyristor should be turn on condition. In the negative half cycle, the thyristor should be 0. See the diagram, first diagram and the third diagram. Negative half cycle, thyristor is 0. 0 is nothing but of origin because of short circuited. This is the condition we are taking. When we take in as of applications of phase control rectifiers, so many applications we have like power supply, battery charges, UPS like uninterrupted power supply. So here we have so many applications we have, reactor controllers, traction also we can use, speed industrial drives, high voltage DC transmission like HVDC transmissions we can use, because we have to control. By using the commutations also we can turn on or turn off the thyristor. That is also one plus point for the phase control rectifier. Based on these major aspects, we are controlling the thyristor. That is the applications. So after this diagram, so when the T1 T2 is, we know that because of AC supply the frequency should be constant, that is equal to 50 hertz. From this what we are finding, the average output voltage we are finding. What is the average output voltage? What is the equation? The standard equation is 1 by T integral of 0 to T V of T dt, or V of T, or V naught omega T we can consider. No issues on that, right? So what is the total time period of cycle? 1 by 2 pi integral of 0 to pi. Why I am taking 0 to pi? Because 0 to pi the thyristor should be turn on condition, or you can take alpha to pi, no problem. Vm sin omega t d of omega t. So finally we got V naught average is equal to Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. We know the V naught average. V naught average is nothing but of output voltage we are finding. Then what is output current? V naught by R. What is V naught? Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. Then what is I naught? V naught by R is nothing but of Vm by 2 pi R into 1 plus cos alpha. This is the conditions we have to consider, and we have to control the R load, RL load, whatever the load you can consider. Depending upon the load, the circuit operation and the waveform will be changed, but the thyristor should be turn on and turn off condition for the control rectifier should be same. So we are already discussed half wave and full wave is also we have. This is the half wave representation. When you observe this diagram, how many thyristors we have? One thyristor. Only one thyristors we are controlling. How we are controlling? If you want to turn on, you can turn on. If you want to turn off, you can turn off. By using the commutations also we can turn on and turn off conditions. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, auxiliary commutation, natural commutation, forced commutation, line commutation, and load commutation. As per our requirement, where the thyristor should be turned on, where the thyristor should be turned off, we are controlling. That is also one type. That is also one thing. So from that also we can control the thyristor. So thyristor is nothing but of, it is a 3-terminal device, anode, cathode and gate. And here we have a the gate signal is very important. When you are apply the gate signal, then only the thyristor should be turned on condition. Before that gate signal, the thyristor should be act as a diode. So diode is act as a unidirectional current flow. We cannot control, like it is act as a switch. By using the thyristors, we can control. What we have to control? The output voltage we can control. That is the condition. We are finding the phase control rectifiers of different types of loads we have. Then what is the current flow in the particular circuit? What is the operation of circuit? From the circuit we will draw the waveform. From the waveform we will find out the derivation. This is the procedure.